Most dry cleaners think their biggest challenge is competition. That's wrong. The real challenge is marketing systems. According to Jeff Shapiro at Cleaner Supply, he does the state of the dry cleaners thing every year. About 50% of dry cleaners do no marketing whatsoever. If you're one of those that does no marketing whatsoever, if you're not committed to marketing, then don't watch this video. It's not going to help. There's no magic pill, okay? There's no one thing you can do to increase your revenue. You've got to do something. You've got to take action of some sort. You can't sit on your ass and hope your business is going to grow, because it's not going to grow. Hi, I'm Greg Colosi. And if you're still watching, I guess you want to increase your marketing. You're probably doing marketing now, but you want to be better at it, okay? From 1996 to 2017, I ran a route-only dry cleaner business. No plants, just routes. I got my first 300 customers knocking on doors. Now, that wasn't my first time knocking on doors. I did it in high school. I did it in college because I was a hustler, okay? But that was the most successful door knocking I have ever done. And it got me off to a quick start. Eventually, I sold my business. And I also wrote a book. Where is it? How to Get Customers, Route Customers Without Knocking on Doors. That is the author's copy band that goes across the bottom. You can get this on Amazon. Just put in my name, Greg, G-R-E-G, Colosi, C-O-L-O-S-I, and you'll find it. Everything I teach comes from testing in a real dry cleaning business, okay? I'm not some college professor. I don't do it on hope. It's based on, not on theory, that's for sure. It's based on real world results. Today, I'm going to talk about a question I hear all the time from dry cleaners. Why isn't my business growing anymore? And the answer usually has nothing to do with your competition. Nothing, especially now. Because there used to be about 25,000 dry cleaners and there's only 10,000 now. So it's got nothing to do with your competition. Oh, the market is shrinking. Well, there's a lot less dry cleaners. And if you do some of the things I'm going to talk about, not today, but watch another video, there's many other ways that you can get revenue. Many. Let me give you just one, okay? Just one idea. I did this way back in 2007. No, earlier than that. 2003, I did that. I met my wife. She moved here from Germany. She needed something to do. And my lifestyle is, if I want to go travel on a trip, we go, okay? Because I run my business that I don't have to be there. I've always done it that way. And this dry cleaning business was no different. I was in the van for maybe 6 months, and that was it. I learned everything, no longer in the van. And after that, I worked maybe an hour or two. Now, in the beginning, maybe 5-6 hours a week because it was heavy marketing, and then an hour or two a week to keep the marketing going, okay? Let me tell you something. You are not a dry cleaner. You are a marketer of your dry cleaner, okay? You're in the marketing business of your dry cleaner. Nothing happens without a sale. Nothing. And enough sales cover a lot of mistakes. That's happened to me before, okay? So everything I teach comes from testing real dry cleaning businesses, okay? And I help others test. Today we're going to talk about a question I hear all the time, and I'm repeating myself because I'm reading this on a screen below me because I don't edit, okay? I just want to get the message out to you. It has nothing to do with competition, so let's move on. Most dry cleaners have no marketing system whatsoever. Most dry cleaners rely on walk-in traffic, location, word of mouth. How can you pump that up? Will you tell me? How do you pump up your word of mouth? How do you pump up your walk-in traffic without any marketing? No marketing. You're just there, okay? Your plant's there. How do you pump it up? Okay? At the very least, and this is marketing, you put those flags out there that go back and forth. Or you put up one of those temporary billboards that has a quote of the day that brings people in because you make them feel good. That's marketing. Okay? You put some bandit signs out in front. Those signs you stick in, they call them bandit signs because people steal them all the time. Okay? The bandits come and get them in the middle of the night. Or the town says you can't do it, okay? So, walk-in traffic, location, word of mouth, that's not a marketing strategy, okay? Gone are the days where you put up your dry cleaning drop store or plant and the people show up. That doesn't happen anymore. You got to entice them to show up. Yes, a few are going to come in driving by, but if you really want to grow your business, you cannot rely on that. It's not predictable whatsoever. Okay? So businesses grow when they build predictable marketing systems, and that's what I'm all about. Okay? Examples: route marketing, pickup and delivery promotion, business account outreach, and neighborhood campaigns. Okay, here's another thing that kills your business. Bad customers kill your growth, okay? Many dry cleaning businesses attract the wrong customers. You can decide who to attract just by your pricing, okay? If you're the lowest priced dry cleaner in town, guess what? You got all bad customers, horrible customers. Because if somebody comes up and lower price, they're gone. They have no allegiance, no loyalty to you whatsoever, okay? So if you're getting them in because of price, not a good idea, okay? Price shoppers, same thing. One-time users, horrible. Those customers rarely grow your dry cleaning revenue, temporarily, but you can't count on them. You don't want them, okay? They move from one dry cleaner to another looking for the lowest price. And they go where the specials are. So that's a coupon thing. We're going to talk about coupons. And you're not going to want to do that for the general public. Maybe for your existing customer base to get them to fill up days that are slow or seasons that are slow or something that you make a lot of profit on, like bedspreads, okay, and comforters, and put them on a plan to bring them in every quarter. Okay, you can make some money if you set that up correctly because you can charge less than your competitor, but do it for your customers only, okay? Strong businesses attract customers who care about convenience, reliability, and consistency. Stop waiting for your customers, okay, because they're not going to show up. They're just not going to show up. Okay, you got to get them to show up. You just can't sit there hoping, okay? I mean, praying will probably help if you're desperate, but pray for a marketing idea or, better yet, ideas that will help you. If you're praying now, your prayers have come true because here I am, okay? This is just a joke. Even though my mother's name was Mary, my father's name was Joseph, and I was their firstborn. Okay, I joke around a lot. I don't take myself too seriously, as hopefully you can tell, okay? My wife says I do have an ego, but I do make fun of myself a lot. Okay. Most dry cleaners operate in a passive mode. They wait for customers to walk in. They wait for referrals. You know, you can agitate to get referrals, waiting for the market to improve. Oh my goodness gracious. You know when the best time to grow is? When the market is down. okay? Think about, chew on that one for a while. I know some of you agree with me. Real growth happens when the operators create their own demand. You expand your route, okay? Let's say you've got a route now and it takes you 5, 6, 7 hours to get through, and your concentration in that route is only 5%. What happens if you drive it up to 7.5%? Is it gonna add half more time? So if it's taking you 5 hours, is it gonna take you 7.5 hours to do it? No, it's not. Okay? Because those customers are right next door to your other customers. Don't go outside your route. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever done anything? Because those customers in between your route customers are absolutely ideal prospects. And what can you do to get them? There are many things you can do, okay? You can put flyers, and just don't do a random flyer. I can help you design one, okay? And if you join my newsletter, I'm probably going to give you examples of flyers that you can do, okay? Because the most important thing in a flyer is a headline, okay? And how do you know what headline works? You test them. And I've tested hundreds of them. I know what works in this field. And if we're doing something new, I've got another way to test it online. And I find out the answers fairly rapidly. Where it used to take me months to get a headline that worked, I can do it in a week now because of the online abilities to test things, okay? Here's what I used to do. Well, I did speed it up, okay? But here's what I used to do. To get some initial headlines going, I would come up with a dozen or so from this master headline list that I have of 100 master headlines that you can change around based on what industry you're in. So I come up with a dozen or so. This was in the late 90s, okay? Before all the capability we have now online. And what I would do is I'd walk into Starbucks. It was my Starbucks, okay? My local Starbucks that I went to every day. So a lot of people knew me, some didn't. And I'd print those out on one sheet of paper, and I'd walk in with about 20 of them. And I'd pass them out, and I'd say, just based on this, reading these, can you tell me number 1, 2, and 3? Which ones interest you the most? And that's how I got a lot of my headlines to start with. And then I actually tested them on real households, okay? So there is a way to do this. You just don't randomly think of a headline and ask your wife or your spouse or your neighbor or your best friend, how do you like this flyer that I made? What are they going to say? Oh, it's gorgeous. It's pretty. Okay, let me give you another example. David Whitehurst, my very first member in 2007. That's when I started marketing what I do right now. By the way, I accept a very few dry cleaners into my program. And if you're interested in that, okay, I'm going to leave my email and my phone number down in the description. And you can email me or call me. Best to text me first, okay? And I'll explain that whole program to you. So anyway, here's what David Whitehurst did. He heard about bag drops. And I was doing bag drops successfully for about a year or so when David did this. But at least he took some action, okay? He put together a flyer with no testing, okay? No direct response principles, no nothing. It was a guy laying on the beach, sipping a margarita, and I don't know exactly what the headline was, but he printed up 5,000 of these. He attached them to a garment bag because he heard that's what you're supposed to do. Probably got it out of my book, okay? And he put them on 5,000 houses. Okay, 10% is 500 customers. 1% is 50 customers. Is that fit right? 5,000, 10% is 500, And then 10% of that is 50. David got 20 customers. He lost his butt on that, but he took some action. So when he heard about me, okay, this is before I was taking money online. He wrote me a check and put it in the mail to me, got my address, and he was my very first member, okay? David has since sold his business, his routes he's built to thousands, okay, down in Mobile, Alabama, Champion Cleaners, and he actually is the one that came up with the name of my book, okay? And that is, again, How to Get Rouse Customers Without Knocking on Doors. Okay, he came up with that, which is a great title. Okay, we didn't test that title, but you know exactly what it means, those of you in the dry cleaning business. Okay, I've also tested name changes, okay, with my customer base, and it works. Okay, if they all want one name versus another name, guess what? A lot of other people do. That's what testing is all about. That's what marketing, it's a big part of what marketing is about. You just don't make up a brochure or a flyer and put it out there, or door hangers. I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't even seen it. It's going to bomb, okay? Because do you have a headline that draws them in? Do you have an offer, okay? An offer like 50% off on dry cleaning. That's going to work. Because I tested 8 different offers. And it was the last one that worked. And the one you thought would never work, that one worked, okay? So there's a lot to this stuff, okay? And I've been through it. And I come from that background. I am a serial entrepreneur. Since 1980, I've started 33 plus companies. I stopped counting after 33. But I just love business, okay? I love marketing, the marketing part of the business. That's what it's not like work to me, okay? I'm 69 years old, and I'm still excited to get up every day at 4 a.m. and work on this stuff, okay? That's what I do. That's what I enjoy, and I have your back. Okay. Real growth happens when operators create demand. How do you do that? Through expansion of your route. We talked about that. Pickup and delivery, office account programs, and targeted neighborhood marketing. I publish a free weekly newsletter for dry cleaners on Substack. Every week I share ideas like this to help you grow your business. Then once a month, inside of a paid newsletter, so I have a paid on top of that, I publish what I call swipe and deploy strategies, okay? That's where I share exact templates, pricing sheets, scripts, and marketing systems behind what I talk about here, okay? And occasionally, like I said, I work with a small number of dry cleaners who want to help, who want help improving their businesses. Look down in the description for my phone number and my email address. Most dry cleaners blame competition when growth stops. The real challenge is usually weak marketing systems. Discount customers slow dry cleaning revenue growth, and serious operators build predictable customer acquisition systems. A lot of big words here. Dry cleaners, quick question. Is the biggest challenge you have in your market competition? Or is it marketing and customer acquisition? Comment below in the comments. I'm curious what you're seeing in your market. The dry cleaning industry is competitive. Margins are tightening. Although we're going to talk about raising your prices in a video coming up. Weak operators get squeezed. Smart operators adapt. If you're serious about growing your dry cleaning business, the link to my newsletter is below. Thank you, and hey, make it a great day. Go U.S. Hockey. That was about a week ago. Go U.S. Hockey. I remember 1980. You're probably too young to remember that, but we won in 1980 in Lake Placid, New York. I'm in New York. It's about a 5-hour drive to Lake Placid. Okay, bye-bye.